actually pretty easy. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Austin, Texas. Got a little bit of an early start here, so we missed about a minute and a half of play here. It's the Minnesota Hockey Club versus Pro Hockey Toronto. This is a quarterfinal matchup here in the elimination bracket. There's a nice stuff there from Channing Goodwin, getting things going right off the hop. We are currently scoreless. Pro Hockey Development Group. This is a strong team coming in from Toronto. They are the fourth seed. Minnesota Hockey Club, the 14th seed. So there's 22 teams in this tournament. 16 of them had advanced to the championship bracket. This is the first game of that portion of the event. No matter what, the Minnesota Hockey Club is going to play one more time this afternoon, or probably most likely this evening. Of course, dependent on the results of this game. That is a big leg check. That is going to put the Minnesota Hockey Club on the power play. Channing Goodwin drawing the penalty. 12:01 left in the first period. As usual, folks, we tried to do our best to work some magic here to get the multiple cameras and the instant replay going, but unfortunately, we're not able to pull it off. So we figured, hey, we're better off giving you an uninterrupted stream that's free of glitches than playing around with the fancy toys like instant replay and such. But I'm joined by Chris Goodwin from Rosemont, Minnesota. He's our cameraman today. Chris, thanks for joining us. I'm Brett McKenzie. We are 15 seconds into the Minnesota Hockey Club power play, 11:44 left on the first period play clock. Becker Wenkus chipping it over to Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson, the leading goal scorer for the Minnesota Hockey Club in this tournament. He's got 3 goals, Jack Johnson from Edina, Minnesota. Here's Becker Wenkus collecting out in mid-ice, looking to set up on the power play. He moves it over to his brother Miller. Miller over to Johnson. Johnson filling up at the half wall. He's getting over to Grabo. Grabo shot from the slot. Rebound. Salo diving after it. Stops the clock here with 11:12 left in the first period. Brandon Wright from Matamidi, Minnesota is getting our start today. Brandon coming off a couple of strong starts. There's a tip there from Sampere. It's Donne, Sampere, McKenzie, Meyer, and Dessner, the second power play unit right now. Here's Donne coming off the half wall. Donne cycling it back to Dessner. Dessner almost lost the puck, had to chip it back into the zone. Toronto coming back, shorthanded, breakaway, backhand shot, big save! Brandon Wright getting the toe over. Big time stop just when they needed it. Donne has 33 seconds left. He gets it over to McKenzie. McKenzie gains the zone, chips it down in. Donne first one at it. Donne pushing it around towards Meyer. Meyer not able to put it back down deep. It's going to go all the way down where Brandon Wright collects. Dessner now. Dessner up to Sampere. Sampere to Donne. Donne trying to toss it over towards McKenzie. Meyer's going to pick it up. He slaps it down in. McKenzie's going to go in on the forecheck. Couple of big boys out here for the Toronto team. Here's McKenzie finding Goodwin. Goodwin, shot, blocker save. Goodwin in the far corner. But it's Pro Hockey Toronto. McKenzie looked right at the referee, saw his arm up in the air, touched it anyway, so that's going to make it a defensive zone faceoff. You can't do that. Penalty time's over. 9:49 left in the first period. Story, Waller, Jansky, Channing Goodwin, Beldy. Shot on net. Rebound into the far corner. Goodwin Trying to pull it back. This one hits a weird stanchion. Story's going to backhand it towards the net. Loose puck in the slot. Picked up by Toronto. Toronto out in the mid-ice. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Waller back to defend. Beldy on his back, on the back check. Beldy with a nice stop in the slide. Waller now. Waller sending it high across the zone. Made it to Goodwin, but it's pro hockey. Turning it around. Now Story. Story finding Goodwin. Toronto trying to work through the zone. They bring it to the outside. Story pushes them behind the net. Beldy with a hit. Goodwin. There's a centering pass, shot, and a goal. Nice little backhand sauce pass into the slot. Beats Brandon Wright. And Toronto is on top midway through the first period. 1-0, 8:42 left. Of these 22 teams playing down here at the Triple Crown of Hockey in Austin, Texas, 4 of them will advance to play on tomorrow. The rest will complete their 6 games here Saturday evening. Johnson out with Salo, Grabo, and the Wankus twins. Miller feeding Becker. Becker up to Salo. That was in Salo's skate. Johnson chasing down a loose puck in the Toronto zone. They're working on a breakout. That's thwarted, but here they come. They have numbers up the line. Shot blocked by Wankus. Grabo up to Salo. That gets up to Becker Wankus. Wankus sliding up to JJ. JJ's on a slight break. Puck slides all the way down in the corner. Johnson absorbs the hit. Salo comes in to help out. Now we have a 2-on-2 from the Toronto blue line. Wankus twins defending. Toronto to the outside. Centering pass. Backhand. Rebound. Save. Brandon Wright. Wright with a couple nice stops. 7:45 left in the first. Samper, Donnie, McKenzie. It's a nice reverse. McKenzie's going to find time coming out of the zone. McKenzie moving it up to Donnie. Donnie into the line. Donnie tried to go through the legs. Puck ends up behind the net. McKenzie stops it, throws it down to Donnie. Donnie's got room. McKenzie in the middle. Donnie, shot. Blocker save. Toronto picks up the rebound, chipping it up off the glass. Toronto working in through the middle. Dessner laying a hit. Samper getting a stick on it. Samper worked out the puck in the far side corner. Centering pass, blocked once. Donnie tried to get a stick on it. Toronto still with it, though. Minnesota Hockey Club so far putting a lot of sticks in, not really taking the body. There's a backdoor pass and a sliding save to Wright. Brandon Wright once again coming up big. A sliding save, getting the knee over, making the stop. Goodwin's on the draw. He's with Beldy, Waller, Jansky, and Story. Goodwin trying to come up with a loose puck and does. Centering pass, Jansky turning around. Shot, stick save! Unbelievable save from the Toronto goaltender. Wide open net there for Mikey Beldy of Stillwater, Minnesota. There's a paddle save, sent it up into the netting. Excellent passing play from the hockey club. Similar to earlier games this tournament, just can't buy one. The game against Southeast Elite, Hockey Club had hit 5 posts. Now here's Story with the step. Story putting it towards the net. That's deflected high and wide. Goodwin, leaving it for Beldy. Beldy banking off the wall, getting over to Jansky in the far corner. Jansky finding Story at the point. Story puts it towards the net, tipped once by the Toronto. Goodwin picking it up. Goodwin fights off a hook. Beldy coming to support. Beldy picks up the loose puck. He gets it to Jansky. Jansky can't settle it down. And Toronto comes back with numbers at mid-ice. Story up off the glass. Hits a stanchion once again. Goodwin. He's going to send it across to Beldy. Beldy back to Waller. Salo with a nice defensive stick coming off the bench. Now Waller. Waller chipping it up towards Beldy. Didn't get all of it. Waller lays a nice hit. Goodwin sending it across the slot. Ends up out the far point. Gets out into center ice. Toronto will go on the regroup. Goodwin working to spring himself loose right out the center dot. He goes for a change. Brings Lucas Grabo onto the ice. Miller Wenkus. Toe drag. Still with it is Wenkus. Wenkus backhand pass to Waller. Waller sending it up, finding Salo. Salo going across, looking for Grabo. That gets picked. Toronto coming back the opposite direction. Centering pass, backhand shot, save. No trouble this time for Brandon Wright. Great start for Wright. Grabo in on the forecheck. He's supported by Salo. He's got Jack Johnson streaking on the back check. 1-0 to score, 4:34 left in the first period. Wenkus laying a hit. Stick tapped from the bench as Wenkus had made the hit. Now it's Grabo. Grabo fighting off the back check, gets pulled down, no call on the play. Toronto 1-on-3 entering the zone as they were working on a change. Wenkus with a nice hit behind the net. Donne chasing it down. Becker Wenkus trying to clear the zone, ends up with Miller. He gloves it down. Miller looking to clear it. It's going to go for an icing. McKenzie's going to chase it out to the far point. Going for the block. It gets all the way through. Tipped behind the net. It's Samper, Donne, McKenzie with Meyer and Dessner. Donne chipping it up. McKenzie's going to race. McKenzie after it. Toronto able to break it out. Centering pass. Hits Meyer in the skates. Meyer able to get into the near side corner, and then he lays the hit. Toronto working in the near side corner. Still with his Toronto. All the defenders had left him alone on the hash mark. Centering shot. Blocker save. There was a shot from the point. It's been tipped a couple times. There's another tip. There's a shot. And it was Brandon Wright knocking it out of midair with his glove. Donne tried to clear the zone. That hit traffic. And it coming out now into center ice. Toronto working in through the middle. Pad save. Meyer up to Donne. Donne tried to get over to McKenzie. That hit traffic. Hockey Club has been pinned. Finally getting out of the zone. But Toronto coming right back in the opposite direction. Samper defending in the near side corner. That one picked up by Dessner. Dessner had had Beldy. He fanned on the pass, and it's Toronto coming back in transition. Breakaway for Toronto. Shot goal. .159 left in the first period. Hockey Club's been fighting strong. Got pinned in the last shift. Ends up with a breakaway. Puck is in the net. Now we have Jansky, Goodwin, Beldy, Story, and Wallet. We have Jack Johnson appears to be holding onto his wrist. He's left the bench. Going to get a drink of water. We'll keep an eye on him, see how he's doing. I hope he's all right. Now here's Goodwin up to Jansky. Jansky tried to leave it for Goodwin, but it was Toronto picking up the loose puck. Toronto turning around, backhand pass. Rebound, kicked away by Wright. Goodwin and Waller behind the net. A couple big bodies from Toronto. Goodwin coming up with him. He's got a back checker, needs to be careful. Goodwin taken down. We do have an arm in the air. That'll bring up another power play for the Minnesota Hockey Club. It's Goodwin drawing his second penalty of the morning. Or afternoon, I should say. Salo, Grabo, Johnson back on the ice. Good to see. Out with the Wenkes twins. Grabo winning it cleanly to Wenkes. Wenkes waits for pressure. Gets it down on the half wall. Wenkes uses his body to protect the puck. Johnson walking in the middle. Johnson takes a shot. Glove save. 53 seconds left in the first period. Minute 48 left in the power play. Toronto able to gain possession. They send it all the way down. Wright is going to leave it for Wenkes. Actually, Wright decides to break it out himself. Putting it up to Johnson. Now here's a turnover. Short-handed effort. Looks like Wenkes had his arm around. He's going to go for holding. Becker Wenkes, 2 minutes for holding with 33 seconds left in the game in the first period. We'll have a minute 27 of 4-on-4 hockey, followed by a 33-second penalty kill for the Hockey Club. Salo moving it to Meyer. Salo with it once more as he gains the blue line. He fights off a couple stick checks, brings it in the near side corner. Grabo down to support, and now they're going to have to come back in the back check. Big strides from the Toronto as Desser puts a hit. Grabo defending in the near side corner. That's tipped once by Meyer, goes to the side. We have 1 second left. First period ends. We'll take a short pause and be back with you for the second period. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Minnesota Hockey Club hockey coming to you from Austin, Texas. Back for the second period of hockey. 4-on-4 starting the second frame. Dessner, Meyer, Samper, and Donne. "45 more seconds of 4-on-4 time. Dessner leaving it for Meyer. Meyer right back to Dessner. Dessner to the outside. Dessner absorbs a big hit at the line. The puck had gone into his skates. Dessner appears to be just fine. Meyer with a nice pinch. Puck does squirt by him, though. Now Dessner with a hit of his own, and they're going to call him. They're going to call him for a cross check. I don't know about that, folks. He got his hands in there, but it looked like a clean hit to me. That's going to give us 22 seconds of 4-on-3 hockey. Dessner from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, going to the box. 2 minutes for a cross check. It looks like we have a timeout on the play. We'll take a short pause and be back here with some 4-on-3 hockey. $14:20 left in the second period. It is 4-on-3. Story, Waller, and Goodwin, your penalty killers. Lots of room out there. Just 7 skaters out on the ice. Toronto coming down low. Right holds the post. Waller letting him play to the outside. Toronto looking to work the reverse up high, and they put it out into their own zone. It is now 5-on-3 for 22 more seconds. Toronto setting up. Story, Waller, Goodwin still working in the triangle. 10 more seconds of 5-on-3. Backdoor, sliding save, poke check. Goodwin backhands it out. Wonderful anticipation from Brandon Wright, Matabina, Minnesota, and the first penalty time is over. Wenkus back onto the ice. Grabo hops on. We have Meyer, Waller, Goodwin. Toronto going with the pro-style power play entry. They're working to the outside. 45 seconds left on the penalty kill. Grabo pursuing out to the far side. Grabo got a skate on that. Toronto collapsing down. Grabo still pursuing. Goodwin. 30 seconds left in the power play. Hockey Club doing a good job keeping Toronto to the outside. 20 seconds left. Graybo. There's a nice stop. Now we have a 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Short-handed, Graybo with it. He's with Waller and Goodwin. Graybo pulls up, leaves it for Waller. Waller's shot blocked. There's a centering pass. Got to be careful here. Penalty time is over as an odd man rush comes into the zone. Nice stop from... but there was a rebound that went out right to the backside of the net, and it was shuffled in. So technically an even strength goal, but this one is now 3-0. All that effort. Great kill from the hockey club had gone unrewarded. They got caught down deep with a couple players on the odd man rush, and then it was Toronto coming back in transition. McKenzie, Donne, Samper. Now Donne able to pull up a puck. McKenzie into support. Toronto coming back. Samper on the back check. Wenkus twins on the defense. Save right. Samper works for the stick check. Toronto coming out of the corner. Out to the point. That one goes wide. Samper fighting for it. Samper's got his stick tied up. He's going to try to kick it up toward Donne. Ends up in the corner. Wenkus able to pull it up. Wenkus moves it up to Donne. Donne got it pulled away. He's going to try to move it back to Samper. He puts it off the wall. McKenzie will pick it up. McKenzie pulls up. He sends it across to Wenkus. Wenkus, shot! Goal! Becker Wenkus gets the Minnesota Hockey Club on the board. Wenkus from McKenzie and Donne, I believe it will be. And this is a 2-goal game. Good to see the Hockey Club get rewarded for some strong play. Now it's Graybo, Salo, Story, Dessner, and Waller. 4-on-2 as Toronto enters the line. Centering pass goes right through the crease, going out to the Toronto point. Salo out for the defense, and it's Dessner springing himself on a pick. Dessner to the outside on his forehand. He's got Graybo and Salo in the middle. But there's a turnover, and we have another 4-on-2 for Toronto. Toronto push to the outside, shot, save, and it's right, getting a glove on it, stopping the clock with 10:37 left in the second period. Toronto on top, 3-1. Goodwin, Jansky, Beldy, Meyer, and Miller Wenkus. Puck out to the Toronto point. Almost picked up by Meyer. We got a 2-on-1 down low. To the outside, back and in. There's a defensive turnover that ended up with a odd man rush right down low. Puck crossed the slot 2 times and it ended up in the back of the net. Nothing Wright could do on that. Most of the goals that have been scored against the Minnesota Hockey Club have been a result of a defensive breakdown. It doesn't take much at the elite level. Teams will make you pay for failures to get breakout passes cleanly on the tape or getting them up off of the glass and out into neutral ice. Toronto showing them what it means. Now Jansky. Jansky pulls. His shot goes just high. Just under 10 minutes to go in the second period. Toronto working to the outside. Wenkus defending. Centering pass. Tipped there by Meyer. That goes into the near corner. Meyer pursuing behind the net. Toronto working out of the corner. Another down low 2-on-1. This one hits right and ends up in the back of the net. And just like that, bang, bang, Toronto puts 2 in the net, and Hockey Club are down by 4, still relatively early in the second period. McKenzie, Samper, Donne, Story, Becker, Wenkes. Toronto wins the draw. Samper picking up a neutral zone turnover. Samper to the middle. Try to put it towards the net. McKenzie goes for the rebound. McKenzie able to turn the puck around, beats 2 Toronto players. McKenzie going behind the net, looking for his options, looking for Samper in the middle. Toronto picks it up. They're coming back the opposite direction. That one is tipped up offside. 9:11 left in the second. Samper wins it off the draw. Samper over to McKenzie. That was in the skates. He gets put back in the opposite direction. Wenkes with a nice stick. Ends up back with Samper. Samper sending across, finding Donne. Donne will chase it down. Donne with a nice body battle. Oh, there. Number 23 with a violent play in the far corner. Lifting his stick and getting McKenzie in the neck. He's going to have a seat. Bit of a dirty play from Toronto. Well, so Hockey Club going on the power play thanks to the penalty drawn by Bennett McKenzie. 8:40 left in the second period. We have some line shuffling. We're seeing Dessner playing some forward hockey now. Salo, Dessner, Grabo with Wenkes and Wenkes. Toronto clears the zone. I'm sorry, I believe I may have called Waller one of the Wenkes twins. They similar profiles, similar hockey hair coming out of the back of the Navy helmets. But that is Waller out there with Miller Wenkes. 3 Hockey Club players in the far corner. Puck coming out to Waller. Waller turning around, finding some time in the zone. He puts it down towards Dessner. Dessner not able to collect it. The puck had come into his skates. He tried to work it out towards the center. It's Toronto moving around. Miller Wenkes. One-timer from the point. Tipped once. Sailor tried to get a bat at it. Grabo working down with Dessner. Salo collapsing. 35 seconds left in the power play. Wenkes stops it, gives it back to Waller, but there was a neutral zone turnover. One-on-one shot tipped once there by Waller. Salo finds room. He moves it over with Wenkes. Wenkes up to Dessner. Dessner across the blue line. Dessner fighting for it. Dessner absorbs the hook. No call. Toronto sending across. That'll effectively do it for the power play. Luke Jansky, Lakeville North. Into the center. Puts it towards net. Beldy. Peeled back in the opposite direction of the puck. Now it's Story. Fights off 3 different Toronto players in mid-ice. Goodwin, Beldy, Jansky, Story, Meyer. 6:22 left in the second period. Toronto up 5-1. Goodwin working to the middle. He puts it on net. Meyer. Now Story. Story puts it towards the net. It's tipped. Toronto working it out of the zone. Centering pass broken up by Jansky. Now Goodwin. Beldy sends it down in. Hockey Club will start working on a change. Dane in for Jansky. Waller fighting for it. Samper on the ice. Samper picking it up. Samper looking up for Dane. Loose puck at the blue line. 4:57 left in the second period. Story fighting for it, and he comes up with it. Story finding room onto his forehand side. Story working around in the near corner. Absorbs a hit. Dane now behind the net. Samper down. Meyer. Meyer sends it towards the net. Dane's there. Now Waller. Samper, his shot. Blocker or pad save. McKenzie being tended to in the far side. His helmet's off after absorbing that cross check to the neck. We'll keep an eye on him. He appears to be okay. Hope to see him back here for the third period. Now it's Story. Moving over to Samper. Samper crosses the line, sending it over towards Dane, who was right behind him. There's a roughing call, perhaps behind the play. I didn't see it. Anybody see it? So Minnesota Hockey Club will go on the power play here for 2 minutes with 4 minutes left in the second period. It's a 2-on-1, right with a nice save. It's a shorthanded effort for Toronto. Stop there from Matamita's Brandon Wright. McKenzie's got his helmet back on, encouraging. Nice stop there from, I believe that was Miller Wenkus. Toronto's going to kill some time. Dessner in on the forecheck. They send it off the glass. Back to Becker Wenkus. Wenkus finds Salo. Salo cross ice to Grabo. Grabo setting up on the power play. Pulls back. He's got Dessner with him. Lots of room. He's thought about going across the slot. He puts it back to Dessner. Wenkus is up top. Salo in the middle. Miller Wenkus on the far side. Dessner's shot hit a skate. Wenkus back to Dessner. Dessner with room on the outside. He puts it across the crease. Not able to get a shot on it. Toronto clearing the zone. Minute 6 left in the power play. 3:09 left in the period. Here's Dessner working back on his forehand side. Dessner going across looking for Miller Wenkus. He was wide open back door, but it got intercepted as it crossed the top of the crease. Now here's Toronto with a short break. Wenkus working to the outside. Save right. Rebound. Goodwin pushes it aside. There's a heap of bodies in the blue paint. This one coming back out in neutral ice. 34 seconds left in the power play. Toronto content to kill this one off. Just under 2.5 to go in the second period. Samper onto the ice. He catches a pass from Goodwin. Samper pulls up, sends it back to Goodwin. Goodwin walking down the middle. Goodwin peeling back high in the slot. Gets pulled down. It's a 2-on-1. Becker Wenkus back to defend. Meyer on the back check. He picks up a loose puck, is rewarded with it as he sends it up to Mikey Beldy. 2 minutes left in the second period. Now Samper with room in the slot. Samper, shot, save. Beldy right back through the middle. But it was an offensive zone turnover. Story back to defend. It's a 2-on-1. Story with a good stick. Goodwin picking up a loose puck. Goodwin sending out to the Toronto point. They go D to D. Toronto put it towards the net. Tipped there by Saint-Pierre, and it was into the back of the net. Unfortunate turn of events there after another couple strong shifts from the hockey club. This one makes it 6-1, and I suspect that at the next whistle, we will see running time. McKenzie back on the ice. Good to see it. He's back with Saint-Pierre and Donnet. Saint-Pierre goes forward off the draw. This one sent around. McKenzie will go down into the corner. McKenzie chasing the near side wall. Saint-Pierre helps him out. Donnet over there as well. This one gets skipped high up towards Story. Story working down on the hash mark. Story down to Donnet. Donnet tried to go to McKenzie backdoor. That got stopped. And here comes Toronto. Toronto skating it. There's a penalty on the call. Toronto goaltender headed towards the bench, picks up the extra player. We'll see who's going to go and for what. It is a slash coming against, still not entirely sure who this is going against. Oh, they're calling 26 on a slash. Bennett McKenzie. Gave him a love tap as he was exiting the zone, and the arm went up. Minute 6 left in the second period. Hockey Club to be on the penalty kill for the remainder of it. Loose puck, shot, goes wide. That was Waller, able to clear it down. 54 seconds left. Reminder, we will have about a 10-minute intermission in between the second and third period while we get some clean ice. Salo chasing it behind the net. 30 seconds left in the period. There's Grabo putting it off the wall. We've got a break for Salo. Toronto able to come back with it. It's Waller and Miller-Wenkus. Back to defend. Big, strong player on the outside. Shove comes across the slot and shoots his scores. Power play goal for Toronto. $15 seconds left in the second period. Story up to Beldy. Now Dessner. Dessner finds Jansky. He had to pull up, so he's offside. 5 seconds left in the period. Dessner collects. Not enough time to get the shot away. That ends the period. Hockey Club will have to find some magic in the third. We'll take a short pause. We'll be back with you. For Chris Goodwin, I'm Brett McKenzie. We'll see you in about 10 minutes, folks. All right, and we're back for third period hockey, everybody. Brett McKenzie joined in the production booth by Chris Goodwin of Rosemont, Minnesota. Hockey club in a bit of a hole, down by 6, score being 7-1. Some good play. We'll see if Goodwin can start chipping away. We'll also keep an eye on that play clock, let you know that if this is going to be headed to running time or not. Beldy, now Story, out there with Jansky and Waller. Now here's Waller, the shot from the point, that's blocked and brought back out into neutral ice. Jansky and Story to defend. Jansky tried to get a piece of it. That was White with a nice save. In between periods, we saw Jack Johnson tending to what appeared to be his wrist. I'll let you know if we see him coming back here for the third period. Dessner moving it back towards Salo. Puck looks like it might hit some wet ice in the far side corner. Wenkus with a hit. Now Wenkus with another hit. Nice stop by Grabo. Gets it up to Max Dessner in Prairie, Minnesota. Dessner called offside. He appeared to have control of the puck as he moved in across the blue line, but the clock is running. 12:48 left in the game. Here's a break for Toronto. 2-on-2. Grabo with a nice back check. Dessner coming in, getting a stick on it. Tipped in the slot. Coming down to the corner, it's Donne, Sampere, McKenzie, Meyer. Donne had the toe drag and shoot, but it hit traffic. Now Meyer with room into the slot. Meyer, his shot, rebound, put to the far side. McKenzie and Sampere work to defend. Puck down there with Jackson Meyer, Apple Valley, Minnesota. Now it's Donne. Donne giving it to McKenzie. McKenzie hits some slippery ice. Puck progresses through neutral zone. Meyer ringing it around. McKenzie will meet at the far line, but it was a pinching Toronto player able to pick it up. Sampere trying to move it over towards Beldy. Toronto picks that up as well. Moving across the slot, tipped aside. Griffin Story able to collect. He sauces it across. This will likely go for icing. And it does. Jansky, Beldy, Goodwin, Waller, and Wenkus Wenkus with a nice stop in the far side corner. Shot coming from the slot goes just wide. Wenkus is going to send that one around, gets all the way out to the point, but stops. Sent back down to the Hockey Club corner. A centering pass. That shot goes just wide. Jansen's going to meet in the far corner. Shot from the point. That one goes wide. Well, here comes Toronto. Nice job there from Goodwin. Almost able to bring himself out in the mid-ice for a breakaway, but it's Toronto coming back. Now they have a 3-on-1 down low. Shot hits the side of the net. They collect the rebound. 9:55 left in the game. Lots of room in the point. Here they're walking down Main Street. There's shot tipped wide by, I believe that was Goodwin getting a boot on it. Toronto setting up. Jansky out to defend at the point. Shot hits right in the pad. Waller going to send it down. No icing. Hockey Club will get a change. Brings out Salo Grabo. Goodwin on the forecheck. Salo now back to Goodwin. Goodwin peeling back onto his backhand side. He moves into the center now on his forehand. Goodwin in the slot. Shot tipped. Salo on the rebound. Salo back to Jansky. Puck tied up into some skates. Goodwin back to the bench. Dessner on in relief. Dessner with a good stick. Toronto moving into Hockey Club territory. Grabo defends at the near half wall. Grabo able to intercept a pass with his skates and gets sent back out into neutral ice. And here's Toronto. That one stopped there by Waller. And back into neutral territory they go. 8.5 left in the game. Short break for Toronto. Shot goes wide. Grabo absorbs the hit to make the play. Nice job from Lucas Grabo. McKenzie defending in neutral ice. The puck comes into Minnesota Hockey Club territory. Donnie almost got a piece of it. It would have been a 2-on-1 for McKenzie and Donnie, but the whistle blows for icing. 7:52 ticking away on the third period play clock. Sampere, Donnie, McKenzie, Meyer, Wenkus. Wenkus trying to chip it up off the glass. We've got a 3-on-1 for the Hockey Club. It was thwarted at the last moment. Toronto getting a stick in the skates. It'll be bring up a Minnesota Hockey Club power play. Sampere, Donnie, McKenzie, Wenkus, and Meyer. Sampere winning it cleanly. Wenkus on the near half wall, working to the middle. Wenkus with room. Wenkus, shot saved. McKenzie and a couple Toronto players getting into it in front of the net. Sampere back on the draw. Wenkus sending it down to Donnie. Donnie reverses course to Meyer. Meyer back to Sampere. Sampere working to the center. Sampere pulls up, gives it to Becker Wenkus. Wenkus' shot hits the blocker. McKenzie worked on the rebound. McKenzie turning it back. Still coming up with the puck is with McKenzie. Now Sampere. Donnie. Donnie working out of the corner unimpeded. He gets over to Becker Wenkus. Wenkus, his shot on net. Rebound right there in the slot. Wenkus slap comes down on the pinch. But Toronto able to poke it away. It's 1-on-2. Here's shorthanded here for another 40 seconds. Now it's McKenzie. Not able to get everything on that pass. Looking for Donnie. Puck sliding in through the slot. Donnie down to forecheck. Puck comes out to Becker Wenkus at the point. Wankus with a little shoulder check, checking his options, pulls away, gives back across mid-ice. Puts it on net. McKenzie's in front. And ultimately, it's sent back down by Toronto. Wright will leave it for Wankus. 10 seconds left in the power play. 5:20 left in the game. There's Wankus with speed. Wankus crosses the line, puts it towards the net, and the rebound almost there for Donne. Penalty time is over. Toronto is full strength. They work in towards the center. Nice stop. He's pulled down. There's a pile of bodies right there in the blue paint. Toronto comes up without the draw. Save. Goal. Toronto player number 72 showing his patented cockiness, pointing towards the goal, making it 8-1. You hate to say it, but it's somewhat typical. Story defending. Story with a nice stick at the line. Goodwin coming down. Shot on net. Save Brandon Wright. 3:50 left in the game. Now Beldy. Beldy tried to put it up off the glass. Ends up going out to the Toronto point. Puck ring around. 3.5 left in the game. 8-1 Toronto. Goodwin sending it over to Jansky. Jansky trying to go cross ice to Beldy. Beldy giving it to Goodwin. Goodwin's on a one-on-one with a couple back checkers. Goodwin pushed into the near side corner. There's a penalty. It's behind the play. It's going to be number 19 for Toronto going to the box for Ruffin. Three minutes left in the game. Hockey Club will have 2/3 of it on the power play. Barring any goals, of course. Rabo back to Wankus. Wankus shot from the high point. Hit traffic. Now it sends the puck just wide. Jansky back to Wankus. Wankus' shot hit the defender. It's a 2-on-1 at the red line. Wankus got a stick on it. Breaks up the play. But it's Toronto picking up at the blue line once more. Puck going into the far corner. Sailor chasing it down. Toronto setting up in the Hockey Club zone on the penalty kill. Now Dester comes away with it. 2-on-2. Dester into the center. Dester pulls up, takes a shot. No trouble there for the Toronto goaltender. Hockey Club will send out the second power play unit. 2 minutes left in the game. A minute left on the power play. It'll be Sampere, Donne, and McKenzie. Meyer and Story there. Hockey Club had 6 players on the ice. Here we have a 3-on-1 down low. Story with room in the middle. Story puts it on net. Rebound goes wide. There's a 2-on-1 thwarted there by Meyer. Play is onside. Shot goes high. Now Donne. Donne sends it over to McKenzie. McKenzie tried to knock down a bouncing puck. Toronto coming up with it. Putting it out back into mid-ice. Sampere and Story defending in the middle. Toronto gets a shot on net. Sampere collects the rebound. Puts it off the wall. It'll be McKenzie, Meyer, and Donne coming in 3-on-2. McKenzie into the center. He goes to the outside. McKenzie not able to hold on to the puck. No icing. Story with a nice play behind the net. Sends it across. He's looking for Donne, but it'll go for icing instead. This puck is dropped. There will be approximately 25 seconds left in the game. Not entirely sure when we will play just yet. We'll keep you posted. Take a peek at the Minnesota Hockey Club Twitter account for updates. Let you know when the sixth and final game from the Austin Triple Crown will take place. Now here's Goodwin. Goodwin and Waller. Goodwin, shot, save, goes through, and Waller puts one in just for fun. Braden Waller makes this one 7-2. And time expires. Braden Waller from St. Michael, Albertville, Minnesota. So that'll do it here. The game against Toronto. It was fun. 8-2 is the final score. 8-2 is the final score. Minnesota Hockey Club being bested by Toronto. Toronto moves on. Hockey Club will play a consolation game against the Triple Crown of Austin later this evening. A little bit closer than the score would indicate. What a good effort, all the same, for the Hockey Club. So for Chris Goodwin, I'm Brett McKenzie. Thanks again for joining us, everybody. We will see you for the conclusion of the Triple Crown tonight. Bye-bye.